What's up, babies? Your daddy is here, and I'm going to be taking care of all your needs with some Magic the Gathering pack openings. We got Kaldheim, the Norse mythology Magic the Gathering set. So it's about to get real crisp and cold here. And as a proud guy, American with Scandinavian heritage, not really proud of the American part at all, but the Scandinavian part, hell yeah, I love this set. We got a snow-covered land. That's a swamp forest. Very nice because it's got that dual basic type. All rares are in the front for some effing reason. We got an old growth troll. This is the rare I pulled the most out of the set. That and Wake the Trolls, or whatever it's called. Oh my god, this and that other rare I just can never stop freaking pulling. But Kaldheim's super cool. It's got a lot of cool Norse gods as poles. It's got the world tree. The lore on this plane was fabulous. It was great. It was so strong. I really, really like the world tree, how it tied to the Phyrexians with that squirrel that ran on it. That's super cool to see into a magic card, and they killed it. It's a nice land. I like the elves. Elves were strong in this. I really liked how they brought back poison counters just a little bit. And this is where they started hinting at the Phyrexians were coming back. This was 2021 it came out. See, I think that's some sort of Phyrexian skull. Kaya came to Kaldheim looking for Vorinclex, I believe. And I know there was some stuff going on with Tybalt here doing some trickery stuff. I think he was trying to trick Kaya. So there was some really cool stuff going on with the lore here. And I really like the giants and wizard type. That's a very cool thing. I love that they brought back snow. I've always was curious about what Ice Age was like, if that was a fun set, what it was like to play with snow. So it's cool to kind of see some homage paid to it, seeing like a light version of it. This is a stun guy if you use snow mana. We got a generic kill spell for green. But yeah, this was just a really, really well done set. I remember being really hyped for it. So we want a Vorinclex, a Tybalt would be nice. This guy's all-star. There's a lot of sleepers in the set. This guy sees a lot of play. If you're playing a cart creature type deck that there's not a lot of, like if you really like the cores, or if you like the Cailloux or whatever they're called, there you go. You got another one that you can throw in. This guy was a pretty good butt for limited. And I really liked that this was kind of a lower power level set, and you could just focus and appreciate what they have built for us, you know. And dwarves, totally forgot dwarves were a thing here. That's very cool. I don't know, what do you guys think of Kaldheim? I think it was a blast. I like this guy. He was super cool. So this set takes me back. We got an elf, 1 black, 1/2, boast. Target opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Activate this ability only if you attacked. So, activate ability only if you attack. So, it promotes being aggressive, and it kind of promotes your opponent to block it to try to take out that boast ability for the future. Alright, next pack we're going to be opening reverse. Now I know. I feel like we need to get some more Norse love. We need to get a good, like, Loki game. That'd be dope as hell. Alright, going reverse on this bad boy. Alright, we got a zombie wizard. Tap, add a blue. Spend this to only cast a Foretell. Oh, dude, Foretell was so cool. That was like alternative cast where you paid a cost up front, and then later you paid 3 mana generically up front, and then you cast it later for its Foretell cost, doing usually an extra effect because you cast it from Foretell. And because there's a few, your opponent really doesn't know what the hell you're foretelling. It could be a board wipe, could be a way to get creatures. There's some cool, powerful ones. And I really like the land cycle in this set. A lot of these 1-drops are pretty strong. 1 mana for 1/2s with actual abilities. That's pretty crazy. So you can definitely tell it's modern Magic with how good the cards are. But there's not as many, like, just crazy staples. It's definitely a sleeper set, but it's not all filled to the brim with just powerful shit. This is a fun way to take out an opponent's creature, but it's very balanced, because they got an activate ability or another other reason than attacking to have their creature. This doesn't deal with it, but it can deal with most, so it's very cool. I like that a lot more than a generic, like, Doomblade kind of removal spell. We got another Ice Guy. It's a Troll Warrior, 3 mana, 2/3, pay 2 snow, gets +2/0, and gains indestructible until end of turn. I feel like the one thing this set did miss, though, is it should have had some sort of, like, giant that was super powerful. You know, we got that awesome, blue-green serpent. That guy's an all-star. I'd love to see that. Cool draw. Cool loot effect. But yeah, we need a good frost giant. You know, power creep frost giant. You know, I feel like that is pretty fair to do. That wouldn't be that crazy. Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on Kaldheim. Alright, up next we got our first uncommon, Return Upon the Tide. 5 mana sorcery, return target creature card from your graveyard to battlefield. If it's an elf, create 2 1/1 green elves, and you can foretell it for 4. So you pay 2 up front, and then during your turn you may cast it for the 4, and it can't be on this turn, it has to be on a later turn. So it's a kind of investment. It's good if you don't have much going on, but either way, just for straight up 5, it's a nice spell. You know, I always like a good reanimate. 5 mana is where you want to be at for a good reanimation spell. Tidbalt's Trickery was such a fucking awesome spell. It literally spawned its own whole archetype in Standard. I know a lot of people didn't like playing against it, but it was pretty fun. Slots of, I'm going to counter my own spell, flip through my deck, and if I hit something crazy, it might be game over. Otherwise, my deck fails. Definition of a glass cannon. And I think if that deck took off more, people would have been playing some anti-meta against it, and it would have balanced out fairly. But still super cool. You know, getting a red counter spell that... a red counter spell that can do that. That's cool. You gotta add chaos to it to make it red. Alright, and we got Mirror Lake. Enters tap, and it can become a copy of target creature you control, except it gets an additional counter. Oh, that's just generically good. Probably good for a budget deck. I like it. Alright, our rare is... Ooh, Egon, God of Death. 3 mana, 6/6. Beginning your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Egon and draw a card. Nice. So it can just be a way to get a great body for 3 mana. Otherwise, you eventually get to draw a card once you can't keep up with the cost. So self-mill, fill like a graveyard deck. Sounds great with this. Really like that art treatment. That's dope as hell. Nicely done. The border is super cool too. I like the wood aesthetic. Oh shit, I think I might have forgotten about a great giant. I still think we needed a great blue giant, but 5 mana Quake Bringer, 5/4 foiled. Your opponents can't gain life. Beginning your upkeep, deals 2 damage to each of your opponent. This build can only trigger if Quake Bringer is on your battlefield, or if Quake Bringer is in your graveyard and you control a giant. This low-key might slap in my Deadpool deck, because I like to copy and clone shit. Make a ton of copies of these. Boom, there you go. And then, yeah, because if you have this on the battlefield, it will trigger. Otherwise, if you get one in your graveyard and you have a token copy left over, it'll still trigger. Super cool. That's nice. And opponents can't gain life. That's a powerful clause. And we just got land. Yeah. Ooh, a snow forest. I'll take more snow lands. I do not have enough. And we got a nice angel. I don't know, what is this? Oh, a random common weakness. Turret bone discards cards. If fewer cards were discarded this way, draw the difference. If it was like 3 mana, I could actually consider this for my discard deck. 4 kind of makes it unplayable, even if you break it up with the Foretell cost. Cool card, though. I like that art. That's so scary. Alright, guys, let me know what you think of Kaldheim. I really, really think this set had a lot of things going for it. I unfortunately get to play a pre-release or draft with it. I just opened a good chunk of packs. But I think the flavor was on point. The mechanics were cool. It had some fun bombs. It definitely changed Magic. Not majorly, but in a fun way in the short term. And I really hope they go back here. I think they could do one more time here. But that's probably all they should do. Alright, toodles.